Today we're embarking on a journey that spans thousands of years, crosses continents, and blends the boundaries between ancient wisdom and modern science. We will explore how ancient civilizations might have used the natural, resonant energies of the Earth to create a network of healing centers, vibrational transport systems, and spiritual enhancement structures. These people may have understood their environment in ways that allowed them to tap into Earth's vibrational forces, creating a world deeply connected to the planet's energy grid. Over the past few decades, new discoveries have fundamentally changed how we think about the ancient world. Sites like Adam's Calender in South Africa, the vast geometric earthworks uncovered in the Amazon, and classic sites such as Stonehenge and the Nazca Lines suggest that ancient peoples possessed a unified understanding of Earth's energy and the resonant forces that connect us to the natural world. In South Africa, Adam's Calender, often referred to as the African Stonehenge, stands as a celestial observatory and one of the oldest known man-made structures. What makes Adam's Calender truly fascinating are the magnetic anomalies and vibrational fields reported by those who visit, leading many to speculate that this site was built to harness the Earth's natural energies. Recently discovered through LiDAR technology, these massive geometric earthworks hidden beneath the Amazon rainforest have revealed an extensive network of trenches, roads, and large geometrical structures that are eerily similar in design to other ancient sites. These structures are connected by trenches and canals, which we believe may have acted as vibrational channels, focusing natural resonances to facilitate energy transmission and possibly even levitational transport. In Peru, we find the mysterious Nazca Lines, vast geoglyphs aligned with astronomical events. Meanwhile, across Europe and Africa, stone circles like those at Stonehenge exhibit resonant acoustic properties and are often built on ley lines, further connecting these sites to the Earth's energy grid. These sites aren't just interesting anomalies, they are, we believe, the remnants of a global energy network, a system in which ancient peoples constructed resonant structures at specific energy nodes to amplify the Earth's natural forces for healing, transport, and spiritual growth. Our theory centers on the idea that ancient peoples understood the Earth not merely as a source of physical resources, but as a living, resonant system, a toroidal energy field filled with natural vibrations and standing wave patterns. By mapping these ley lines and recognizing the intersections of energy nodes, they could design structures that amplified these energies for various purposes. The Earth generates natural resonant frequencies, such as the Schumann resonance, which interacts with the ionosphere to create standing wave patterns. These standing waves form ley lines, paths of concentrated energy that ancient builders mapped and utilized. Where ley lines intersect, wave interference creates nodes of amplified energy. These points of power were where ancient civilizations constructed their monuments, temples, and stone circles, effectively harnessing this energy to enhance their daily lives. Using specific materials like quartz-rich stones, ancient builders designed structures that resonated with the Earth's vibrations. These structures, whether they were stone circles, monoliths, or geoglyphs, were tuned to amplify and focus energy at key locations. The extensive network of trenches and roads found at these sites suggests that they were more than just pathways for people or goods. These trenches may have been designed to focus resonant energy to create vibrational transport systems, perhaps even allowing for levitation-based movement across long distances. These energy-amplifying structures weren't just for physical transport. They were also centers for healing and spiritual growth. The resonant frequencies at certain sites could interact with the human body's biofield, promoting health balance and consciousness enhancement. Today's examination will break down this theory into three main parts, each organized into triads, groupings of structures, forces, and technological implications. This triadic approach will help clarify how each concept fits together, showing how the physical designs of these ancient sites relate to the forces they harnessed and the technologies they enabled. So let's dive in. To begin, we must understand the Earth itself as a resonant system. The planet's energy dynamics can be modeled as a toroidal structure. essentially a continuous donut-shaped flow of magnetic and electromagnetic energy. The Earth's magnetic field, shaped by this toroidal flow, loops from the magnetic poles and extends into space before returning to the planet's core. This natural self-organizing system forms a stable energy field, which interacts with the atmosphere and ionosphere to create measurable phenomena like the Schumann resonance, a global frequency of approximately 7.83 Hertz. This brings us to the resonant frequencies generated by the Earth's natural dynamics. As the Earth rotates and its magnetic field interacts with external forces, like solar winds and the ionosphere, it creates standing wave patterns on the planet's surface. These standing waves behave much like the patterns you might see in water when vibrations pass through them, creating nodes and antinodes, areas of maximum and minimum energy concentration. These standing waves give rise to ley lines. Paths of energy flow across the surface. Where standing waves intersect, energy nodes form, and these locations hold particular significance in our theory. They are places of heightened energy, providing a natural blueprint for the positioning of ancient monuments, sacred sites, and pathways. The implication of this model is profound. If the Earth itself produces these energy pathways, ancient civilizations may have recognized and mapped out this natural energy grid. Rather than relying solely on the visible and physical world, they may have utilized this invisible energy network as a foundation for their technologies. Whether for healing, spiritual practices, or even transport, the energy nodes would have provided a source of power and a guiding structure for construction. The Earth's toroidal energy field and its resulting standing waves are not just theoretical concepts. They could be the key to understanding the placement and design of many ancient structures. The ley lines that we've just introduced aren't merely abstract energy lines. They are real, detectable paths of energy that can be understood through the Earth's resonant behavior. These energy highways stretch across continents, connecting places of natural power. Where they intersect, at what we call energy nodes, the Earth's energy is amplified due to wave interference. This amplification creates zones of heightened energy, which ancient cultures identified as places of spiritual, energetic, and practical significance. From Stonehenge in England to the geometric earthworks of the Amazon, these energy nodes are where ancient people chose to construct stone circles, monoliths, and earthworks, not by coincidence, but because they recognized the concentrated energy at these locations. What makes these energy nodes particularly important are the wave interference patterns that occur when multiple standing waves overlap. Much like when sound waves or water waves combine, constructive interference occurs, leading to an increase in energy at certain points. In other words, ley lines are the pathways, and the intersections where they cross are the energy amplifiers. The ancient builders likely observed or sensed these energy nodes and realized that these were places where natural energies were stronger and could be harnessed. Modern visitors to these sites often report magnetic anomalies or sensations of vibrational energy, providing further evidence that these nodes are not just theoretical, but may have real, measurable effects on the environment and human physiology. In terms of technological implications, these energy nodes likely influence site selection for many ancient structures. Temples, pyramids, stone circles, and other sacred sites were deliberately positioned at these intersections to harness and amplify the Earth's energy. The precision with which these ancient peoples aligned their structures with ley lines suggests a profound understanding of geomancy, the ancient art of placing buildings in harmony with the Earth's energies. This understanding of wave interference and energy nodes also supports the idea that these sites served multiple purposes. They could act as healing centers, spiritual places of power, and possibly even technological hubs for energy-related activities like levitation or communication over long distances. Now that we've established that ley lines and energy nodes serve as natural amplifiers of Earth's energy, let's turn to the structures themselves. The stone circles, monoliths, and geoglyphs found across ancient landscapes. These structures weren't randomly placed or built simply for aesthetic reasons. They were likely constructed as resonators, tuned to amplify and direct the natural energies at these nodes. Stone circles and monoliths, often composed of materials like quartz-rich stones or granite, are known for their ability to resonate with certain frequencies. In many cases, these materials exhibit piezoelectric properties, meaning they can convert mechanical pressure into electrical energy and vice versa. This makes them ideal for interacting with the Earth's natural vibrations. The key force at work here is resonant amplification. Much like a tuning fork amplifies sound waves when struck at the right frequency, the stone circles and monoliths could have been designed to resonate with the Earth's natural vibrations. These structures would have enhanced the frequencies already present at the energy nodes, creating a powerful field of vibration that could be used for a variety of purposes. This resonance might not have been audible like modern sound, but rather felt, an experience of vibrational energy that could interact with both the physical and energetic bodies of those who visited these sites. These amplified vibrations could have effects on the nervous system, circulatory system, and even cellular regeneration, aligning with modern theories of vibrational medicine. The technological implications of these resonators are vast. If stone circles and monoliths were acting as resonators, they could have been used for healing, spiritual enhancement, or even energy transmission. The resonant frequencies, amplified by these structures, would interact with the human biofield, promoting energetic balance, healing, and alignment. In the same way that modern sound healing therapies use tuning forks or singing bowls, these ancient structures may have functioned on a grander scale, using the Earth's energy to heal individuals or enhance spiritual practices. The strategic placement of these structures also suggests that ancient peoples understood the science of resonance and how to apply it to their architecture. This points to a sophisticated level of technological capability, blending natural energy with human ingenuity to create environments conducive to healing and spiritual development. So far, we have covered how ancient civilizations might have used the Earth's natural energy systems as the foundation for their structures, tapping into ley lines, energy nodes, and building resonant amplifiers in the form of stone circles and monoliths. Now we will expand on how these concepts relate to transport systems, the role of trenches and roads in focusing vibrational energy, and the possibility of levitation-based technologies that take advantage of these amplified energies. The trenches, canals, and roads discovered at ancient sites like Adam's Calender and the geometric earthworks in the Amazon serve as physical links between key energy nodes. These structures aren't simply methods of transportation in the traditional sense. Rather, they appear to have been designed to channel resonant vibrations between energy centers. The network of roads and trenches, some stretching across vast distances, suggest a deliberate engineering effort to direct energy flow in specific ways. In the Amazon, for example, thousands of kilometers of ancient roads and trenches are being uncovered, connecting geometric earthworks that follow precise geometric patterns. This kind of network may indicate that the trenches themselves acted as resonant conduits, waveguides for the Earth's natural vibrations. These trenches and roads are not just physical pathways, but resonant channels that focus and direct the flow of vibrational energy. Similar to how waveguides in modern technology direct electromagnetic waves, these ancient channels might have been built to transmit amplified vibrations between distant nodes. By designing these pathways with specific geometries, ancient engineers could have maximized the flow of resonant energy, ensuring minimal loss of vibrational intensity between sites. The materials used in constructing these channels, whether they were lined with conductive substances or selected for their vibrational properties, would play a significant role in the efficiency of energy transmission. The alignment of roads and trenches with ley lines suggests that they weren't randomly placed, but rather intentionally constructed to follow the natural paths of Earth's energy, ensuring that the energy traveling between nodes was focused and amplified. From a technological perspective, if they were designed to amplify and direct vibrations, they might have also facilitated energy transmission across long distances, essentially acting as energy highways. In modern terms, we could think of them as natural energy grids, distributing the Earth's energy between key locations in a controlled and efficient manner. Furthermore, there's the intriguing possibility that these energy channels were used for levitational transport. By directing vibrational energy along these pathways, ancient civilizations might have harnessed the same principles seen in modern experiments with acoustic or electromagnetic levitation. If specific frequencies were amplified along these trenches, they could create conditions where objects, or even people, could be levitated or moved effortlessly along the energy highways. This theory would explain the need for such vast networks of connected roads and trenches, not just for manual transport, but as part of a more sophisticated system of energy management and movement. The trenches and roads we discussed weren't just passive conduits for energy. They might have actively participated in the levitation process. Imagine a network of resonant trenches running along ley lines, linking nodes of high vibrational energy. The intersection points, energy nodes, where these trenches meet, would act as hubs of amplified energy, boosting the resonant frequency to a level where levitation could occur. The design of the roads and trenches could have been intentionally constructed to channel specific frequencies, creating a vibrational environment that allowed for levitational effects. These could involve standing waves that produce vertical lift, much like modern acoustic levitation, where sound waves of specific frequencies create a force capable of suspending objects in mid-air. The key force at play here is the amplified vibrational energy focused along these resonant pathways. Modern science has demonstrated that acoustic levitation using sound waves to suspend objects can be achieved when certain frequencies resonate at just the right intensity. The standing waves produced by these frequencies create pockets of high and low pressure which can lift objects or even people. If ancient builders were able to manipulate these frequencies using the Earth's natural vibrations, then the trenches, roads, and canals they constructed could serve as channels for levitational transport. By carefully designing these trenches to resonate at specific frequencies, they might have created a system where people or objects could travel along the energy grid with minimal physical effort. From a technological standpoint, this introduces a radical concept of vibration-assisted transport. If these trenches and roads were built to amplify the Earth's natural frequencies, they could have provided a mechanism for levitational movement along these pathways. This would allow for the transport of goods and people without the need for conventional means of transport like wheels or animals. By harnessing the levitational properties of resonant frequencies, ancient civilizations could have achieved feats of movement that we still struggle to replicate today. The use of natural energy to levitate objects or people between distant nodes would represent an extraordinary technological advancement, demonstrating a deep understanding of resonance, energy, and motion. At Adam's Calender and many other ancient sites, we find the use of extremely hard materials such as dolorite, granite, and quartz-rich stones. These materials were not chosen arbitrarily. Their physical properties made them ideal for resonance-based applications. Let's consider why these materials were so critical. Dolorite, found at Adam's Calender, dolorite is an incredibly hard, dense stone. It has long been associated with sound resonance, and its high compressive strength allows it to withstand the stresses of vibrational energy without cracking or degrading. Dolorite's ability to hold and amplify vibrational frequencies may have made it a prime choice for ancient builders looking to create structures that interacted with the Earth's natural energy grid. Granite, known for its durability, granite is another commonly used stone in ancient monuments like the Great Pyramids and many megalithic sites. However, granite also contains significant amounts of quartz, a mineral with remarkable piezoelectric properties. When subjected to mechanical stress, quartz can generate electric charges. This suggests that granite may have been used not only for its structural integrity, but also for its ability to interact with and amplify resonant frequencies. Across the world, ancient builders frequently chose stones rich in quartz for their resonance-focused structures. Quartz is a vibrational enhancer, meaning it has the natural ability to oscillate at specific frequencies. This characteristic would have made quartz-rich stones ideal for amplifying the Earth's natural vibrations, turning stone circles and monoliths into large-scale resonant devices. By selecting these materials, ancient builders could have effectively tuned their structures to interact with specific resonant frequencies, amplifying and directing the natural energy present at ley line intersections and energy nodes. The forces at work here go beyond simple structural concerns. They involve the interaction between stone, vibration, and energy. Each of these materials, whether dolorite, granite, or quartz-rich stones, plays a unique role in enhancing the acoustic and vibrational properties of the structures they compose. Quartz is particularly important due to its piezoelectric effect, which occurs when mechanical stress, such as pressure or vibrations, is applied to the stone. This effect allows the quartz to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy, essentially turning the stone into an energy amplifier. This ability to transform vibrational energy into electromagnetic energy could have played a crucial role in amplifying the Earth's natural frequencies and channeling them through the structure. Both dolorite and granite are highly resonant materials. When exposed to low-frequency vibrations, such as those naturally produced by the Earth's Schumann resonance or geomagnetic activity, these stones are capable of resonating at specific frequencies. The dense crystalline structures within these stones allow them to store and radiate vibrational energy, essentially acting like natural amplifiers that boost the power of the standing wave patterns occurring at energy nodes. The use of materials like granite and dolorite would enhance the propagation of sound and vibrational waves across the stone circles and monoliths. When waves of energy travel through the structure, the crystalline makeup of the stones would allow these waves to reverberate and build upon themselves, creating a feedback loop of resonant energy that could intensify the effects of the vibrations, whether they were intended for healing, spiritual purposes, or energy transmission. The deliberate selection of these materials suggests that ancient builders possessed a deep understanding of the vibrational properties of various stones and knew how to apply this knowledge in ways that enhanced the function of their structures. By building with quartz-rich, highly resonant materials like dolorite and granite, they were able to create energy-efficient systems that not only survived millennia but also optimized the amplification and transmission of natural energy. The combination of quartz piezoelectric effects and the acoustic resonance of hard stones like dolorite and granite would have allowed these structures to act as vibrational amplifiers, concentrating and intensifying the Earth's natural frequencies. This would make the sites more powerful centers for healing or spiritual activities. The amplified energy would create an environment where human biofields could be realigned, promoting physical and energetic balance. The amplified energy produced by these resonant structures could be transmitted through the trenches and canals that connected these sites. The resonant properties of the stones lining the pathways would facilitate the transmission of vibrational energy across long distances, turning these trenches into energy conduits that linked distant energy nodes. The stone's quartz content would help sustain the energy flow, ensuring that little was lost as it traveled between locations. The ability of materials like dolorite and granite to store and amplify vibrations may have been central to the ancient technology of levitation-based transport. By amplifying specific frequencies within a structure, ancient builders could have created standing wave patterns powerful enough to lift objects, a theory supported by the resonance properties of these stones. The careful choice of materials that resonated at just the right frequencies would have allowed for controlled, sustained levitation in certain contexts, such as movement along the vibrational trenches. By focusing on the use of materials like dolorite, granite, and quartz-rich stones, we can see that ancient builders were not simply constructing monuments. They were creating resonant technologies designed to harness and amplify the Earth's natural vibrations. These stones were selected not only for their durability, but for their acoustic and piezoelectric properties, which allowed the structures to serve as vibrational amplifiers. Whether for healing, energy transmission, or even levitation, the materials used at sites like Adam's Calender were critical to the functionality of these structures. They allowed the builders to optimize resonance, ensuring that the natural energy present at these locations was amplified and harnessed in powerful ways. We now turn our attention to the purpose of these structures. Many of these ancient sites, including stone circles, geometric earthworks, and monoliths, were likely used as healing centers. Each site, through its design and alignment with the Earth's energy grid, could be tuned to specific resonant frequencies, These frequencies were carefully chosen to create energetic environments conducive to healing, personal enhancement, or spiritual practices. Much like the design of modern vibrational healing tools, for example, tuning forks, sound therapy instruments, each circle or earthwork may have been designed to resonate with different frequencies, offering a range of energetic effects depending on the structure's geometry, material composition, and placement within the energy grid. These different sites could serve distinct purposes based on their unique frequency signatures. The forces involved at these sites relate to how specific frequencies affect the human body. Modern science has shown that certain frequencies can induce states of relaxation, healing, or heightened awareness. For example, frequencies in the alpha and theta ranges, 8 to 14 Hz, are known to induce deep relaxation and meditative states, while lower frequencies, 1 to 4 Hz, may promote deep healing and rejuvenation. Ancient builders may have intuitively or consciously understood how these resonant frequencies could interact with human physiology. By constructing stone circles or geoglyphs at energy nodes, they could have amplified these natural frequencies, creating an energetic field that supported healing processes or enhanced spiritual and mental clarity. These amplified vibrational environments would allow visitors to absorb the energy, much like how modern vibrational therapies help align the body's biofield. The technological implication here is that these sites were essentially early forms of vibrational medicine centers. Individuals would visit these locations to attune themselves to the amplified natural frequencies, experiencing benefits similar to what we see today in sound healing or energy healing practices. The fact that each site could resonate at a different frequency meant that different stone circles or earthworks could be visited depending on the specific healing or enhancement needed. This targeted approach to healing shows that ancient builders not only understood how natural energy interacted with human physiology, but also how to create diverse environments to accommodate different needs, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. As we look beyond individual sites, we begin to see the outlines of a global energy network. Sites like Adam's Calender in South Africa, the Nazca Lines in Peru, and the geometric earthworks of the Amazon share common features. They are built on or aligned with energy nodes connected by ley lines. These similarities suggest that ancient civilizations across the world may have been part of a planetary system, understanding that the Earth's energy grid connected key locations. The discovery of similar geometric patterns, circles, squares, triangles, and other shapes at multiple ancient sites indicates that these civilizations shared a common knowledge of how to interact with Earth's natural energy grid. These structures are more than just local phenomena. They could be seen as nodes within a global network, each playing a specific role in amplifying and distributing the Earth's natural energies. The force connecting these global sites is the Earth's energy grid, a vast network of standing waves and ley lines that spans continents. These lines are created by the Earth's natural resonances, such as the Schumann resonance, and have been mapped by both modern dowsers and ancient civilizations. The connection between distant sites suggests that these energy grids allowed for long-distance energy transfer, communication, and perhaps even synchronized cultural practices. For example, structures like the Great Pyramids of Giza or Stonehenge may have been part of this global system, linked to similar structures thousands of miles away. By aligning their sites along these ley lines, ancient civilizations could ensure that resonant energy flowed between them, creating a global grid of power and influence. From a technological standpoint, this global network represents a sophisticated understanding of energy distribution and possibly even information exchange. If ancient peoples could harness and amplify the Earth's energy at specific nodes, they might have been able to transfer that energy across great distances. This energy could be used for healing, spiritual practices, or even communication across continents. Moreover, this global grid suggests that there was knowledge sharing between civilizations. The presence of similar geometric designs and energy-focused structures across cultures points to the idea that ancient peoples may have interacted, shared techniques, or at the very least understood a common cosmology regarding Earth's energy. The non-repeating patterns found in stone circles across the globe weren't arbitrary designs. They emerge from the unique vibrational harmonics produced at each energy node where ley lines intersect. As ancient builders mapped the Earth's energy grid, they observed that each intersection of standing wave patterns produced a different harmonic frequency, much like the complex vibration patterns seen in water when subjected to sound waves in a cylindrical container. These harmonic patterns were a natural result of the vibrational forces present at each site. As the standing waves of energy interacted at node intersections, they formed unique geometric patterns based on the specific frequency harmonics of that location. The monoliths and stone circles were erected to capture, amplify, and stabilize these vibrations, with their layout reflecting the precise harmonic signature of the site. The precise geometry of each stone circle was therefore not merely a visual design, but a necessary construction to ensure the proper reinforcement of the Earth's vibrations. Each stone monolith was placed to correspond with a specific point in the vibrational pattern, amplifying the natural energy at that point in the grid. This means that every stone circle was unique, its layout dictated by the frequency-specific resonance of the site. The patterns that we observe in these stone circles, whether they appear as spirals, radiating lines, or non-repeating geometric forms, were emergent properties of the vibrational harmonics at each location. The builders were guided by the Earth itself to create these structures, as the resonant patterns arising from the energy node determined where and how each stone should be placed. The key force driving the design of these stone circles was the harmonic resonance produced at each energy node where vibrational intersections occurred. Just as sound waves can create intricate patterns in water or sand, as seen in cymatics experiments, the vibrational frequencies at each node generated distinct harmonics, which in turn manifested as sacred geometric patterns on the ground. Imagine how the surface of water responds to sound waves of varying frequencies. Each frequency produces a unique pattern based on the wave's harmonic structure. Similarly, the Earth's vibrations at specific energy intersections produced patterns that the builders could observe and utilize. These patterns acted as guides, showing where to place the stones to reinforce and amplify the natural energy of the site. The builders didn't need to impose an external design on the landscape. Instead, they allowed the harmonics of the Earth to dictate the layout of each stone circle. The resulting geometry, whether spirals, non-repeating polygonal forms, or radial patterns, was a direct manifestation of the vibrational energy at that location. This approach ensured that the structure would be perfectly attuned to the energy present and able to amplify the harmonic resonance effectively. The sacred geometry was both a result of the natural vibrational forces at play and a tool to ensure that the energy was properly harnessed. By placing each stone in accordance with the harmonic resonance pattern, the builders were able to construct an efficient energy amplifier that worked in harmony with the Earth's frequencies, turning each stone circle into a living part of the Earth's energy system. The technological implications of this approach are profound. By constructing stone circles that were precisely aligned with the harmonic resonance of each energy node, ancient builders were able to create highly efficient energy amplifiers that tapped directly into the Earth's natural vibrations. These structures were not merely symbolic, but functioned as tools to focus and intensify the Earth's energy at specific locations. The unique geometric layout of each stone circle was not an artistic or random choice, but a deliberate construction based on the specific harmonic pattern present at each energy node. This careful alignment allowed the structures to reinforce the vibrations at those points, increasing the amplitude of the energy and making it more potent for healing, spiritual practices, or even levitational effects. By working with the natural frequencies of the Earth, these stone circles were able to amplify energy with minimal loss. The precise placement of stones ensured that the vibrational energy flowed smoothly through the structure, creating a self-reinforcing resonance that could be used for a variety of purposes. In this sense, the geometry of the structure was both the blueprint and the key to unlocking the energy potential of the site. The builders' ability to interpret the harmonic signatures at each location meant they could erect structures that were tuned to the specific needs of the community. Whether the goal was healing, energy transmission, or spiritual enhancement, The unique pattern of each stone circle ensured that the energy would be properly harnessed and stabilized, making the site a functional part of the Earth's energy grid. We can see that the sacred geometry of stone circles wasn't just a symbolic representation of spiritual principles, it was an emergent property of the Earth's vibrational harmonics. The builders of these ancient structures didn't impose designs upon the land. They allowed the Earth's energy to dictate the layout, creating resonant structures that aligned perfectly with the natural harmonic patterns at each energy node. By doing so, they turned sacred geometry into both a tool and an outcome, a method for ensuring that their constructions were in perfect resonance with the Earth's energy grid. This approach allowed them to harness and amplify the natural forces at each site, creating powerful structures that worked in harmony with the planet's vibrational energies. The implication is clear. These ancient builders were not only aware of the vibrational forces at play in the Earth's energy grid, but they also had the knowledge and skill to reinforce and amplify those forces through the careful application of sacred geometry. In the previous sections, we explored how ancient civilizations used sacred geometry and a global network of energy nodes to create centers for healing, spiritual alignment, and even vibrational transport. These technologies were likely based on a deep understanding of the Earth's resonant frequencies and the power of harmonic design. In these final sections, we will examine how ancient builders integrated natural and technological systems, reflect on the shared knowledge between cultures, and discuss how modern science might draw from these ancient practices to develop sustainable and advanced technologies. These triads will tie together the spiritual, physical, and technological aspects of the theory, illustrating a comprehensive system that blends nature with advanced human ingenuity. One of the most intriguing aspects of our theory is the cultural convergence seen in ancient structures across the globe. Civilizations as geographically distant as those in the Amazon, Africa, and Europe share remarkably similar construction techniques and geometric designs. From the Nazca lines in Peru to the stone circles of Africa and the geometric earthworks of the Amazon, we see a common thread of using resonant geometry to amplify natural forces. What's striking is that these cultures may not have been in direct contact with one another, yet they appear to have drawn from a shared cosmology or understanding of the Earth's energy systems. This suggests that ancient builders may have possessed a universal knowledge of how to work with the planet's natural forces, which was either developed independently through observation or passed along through cultural exchange. The force at play here is a shared understanding of how the Earth's natural energy systems work. Ancient builders, whether through spiritual insight or scientific observation, understood how to harness the Earth's resonance. This knowledge seems to have been encoded into their structures through sacred geometry, material selection, and site placement. The fact that similar geometric designs and energy-focusing structures appear in so many ancient cultures indicates that this knowledge was likely disseminated across vast distances. Whether through direct contact, trade routes, or shared spiritual or philosophical ideas, it seems that ancient peoples were united by a common understanding of the resonant principles that govern both the Earth and human consciousness. The technological implications of this shared knowledge are profound. If ancient civilizations understood how to harness the Earth's energy grid for healing, transport, or spiritual purposes, it is possible that they also developed methods of long-distance communication based on these principles. For example, vibrational frequencies transmitted along ley lines could have served as a form of energetic signaling between distant locations. Furthermore, the common construction methods and geometric designs suggest that ancient cultures may have exchanged knowledge, possibly even blueprints for how to construct these energy-amplifying structures. This global exchange of ideas would have allowed different cultures to develop compatible technologies, working together in what we can now recognize as a planetary network of knowledge and practice. As we begin to understand the integration of ancient technologies with natural forces, we see that these civilizations didn't just build structures that stood apart from nature. They built structures that worked with nature. Ancient builders used sacred geometry and natural materials to create sites that were harmoniously integrated into the landscape, amplifying Earth's natural energy rather than overpowering it. For example, the stone circles and earthworks in South Africa or the Amazon are often found in places of natural power like mountains, rivers, or energy nodes. These structures weren't simply placed on the land, they were carefully constructed to interact with the geomagnetic fields and standing wave patterns of the Earth. The forces at work here are the synergistic relationships between human ingenuity and the natural energy systems of the planet. Rather than imposing structures that disrupted or drained the Earth's energy, ancient civilizations appear to have understood how to enhance natural forces through careful design and construction. By aligning their buildings with ley lines and choosing resonant materials, they created a system where natural and technological systems supported one another. The result was a set of structures that were not only spiritually meaningful, but also functionally powerful, allowing for energy amplification, healing, or even levitation through a resonant interplay between the Earth and the human-built environment. The technological implications of this synergy are immense. Ancient builders seem to have developed a sustainable technology, a system that amplified natural forces without depleting or damaging the environment. By working with the natural flow of energy, they created sites that were self-sustaining and harmonious. In the modern world, we often struggle with the challenge of creating technologies that don't harm the environment. But by studying how ancient peoples integrated their technologies with natural forces, we may be able to develop new forms of sustainable energy or environmentally friendly technologies that mimic these ancient systems. In modern science, we are beginning to see parallels to the kinds of vibrational and energy-based technologies that ancient civilizations might have used. For example, in acoustic levitation, sound waves are used to suspend objects in mid-air. And in electromagnetic waveguides, energy is transmitted over long distances with minimal loss. These technologies offer clues as to how ancient people might have achieved similar feats using the Earth's natural energies. Modern resonance technologies, from medical ultrasound devices to vibrational therapies, use principles that mirror the ancient practice of using sound and vibration to affect matter and consciousness. In this way, we can see that modern science is beginning to rediscover what ancient peoples might have known, that vibrational energy can be used for healing, movement, and communication. The forces underlying modern scientific discoveries, resonance, wave interference, and electromagnetic fields, are the same forces that ancient builders worked with. Today, we are learning how to harness these forces through technologies like resonant energy devices, tuned materials, and frequency-based healing tools. For example, researchers in fields like bioenergetics and biophysics are exploring how frequencies affect the human body, much like ancient people used resonant structures for healing and spiritual purposes. These parallels suggest that modern science is catching up to ancient technologies that blended natural forces with human engineering to create holistic systems of energy and well-being. The implication for modern science is that we may be able to rediscover and innovate upon these ancient principles. By studying how ancient civilizations harnessed resonant energy, we could develop new technologies that are both sustainable and advanced. Technologies that work with the Earth's natural systems rather than depleting them. For example, future innovations might involve creating sustainable energy grids based on resonant waveguides, or healing technologies that use vibrational fields to promote health at the cellular level. The potential to combine ancient wisdom with modern science offers us a unique opportunity to develop technologies that honor both the natural world and human ingenuity. This theory, spanning healing, transport, and energy amplification, attempts to offer a comprehensive understanding of how ancient peoples might have used the Earth's natural energy systems to create advanced technologies. By viewing their structures as part of a global resonance system, we gain insights into how we might rediscover and build upon these ancient innovations in our own time. But in order to appreciate how all the parts come together, one really needs to visualize it. Now imagine, if you will, living in a time when the land itself hums with a vibrational force that you and your community have learned to harness. The year is thousands of years in the past, yet in many ways the wisdom of your people reflects a deep and sophisticated knowledge of natural energies, knowledge that resonates far beyond what we might expect of ancient times. You wake at dawn, your dwelling nestled among a series of stone circles and monoliths, each placed precisely to capture and amplify the resonant frequencies of the earth. The air is calm, but beneath your feet you can feel the subtle pulse of the earth's energy. This is no mystical feeling alone, it is an understood and measured reality, as your ancestors long ago discovered the ways to map the ley lines, the energy pathways running beneath the surface, connecting sacred sites and healing centers in a vast planetary web. Your community thrives on this knowledge. The stone circles around you aren't just monuments, they are living technologies. Each circle, each monolith is built with precision from quartz-rich stones that resonate with specific frequencies. Each stone was chosen for its ability to amplify natural vibrations, vibrations that you and your people have learned to harness for healing, spiritual enhancement, and even transport. You begin your day by visiting one of the healing circles, a short walk along a resonant pathway, a trench lined with materials selected to guide and amplify the vibrations flowing from one energy node to another. This trench, more than just a path, hums with energy, following the natural flow of standing waves. You know instinctively that this pathway doesn't merely connect locations physically, it connects them energetically. As you walk, you feel lighter, as though the vibrations under your feet are helping carry your body forward, easing your movement. At the healing circle, you sit within a stone arrangement that has been carefully aligned to resonate at a frequency known to promote healing and regeneration. Your people have long understood the power of resonant frequencies, that certain vibrations can restore balance to the body, calm the mind, and realign the spirit. The natural energy of the earth, amplified by the circle, surrounds you, entering your body like a gentle wave. It feels like being immersed in sound, though it is more felt than heard, a vibration that harmonizes with your own internal rhythms. You breathe deeply, knowing that this vibrational field has been used by your ancestors for millennia, long before written language was common. You are part of a living tradition, one that uses the Earth's own energy for healing, understanding that resonance is not only a physical phenomenon, but also a spiritual one. Your body responds to the energy, aligning, balancing, healing. Later in the day, you gather with others to prepare for a journey to another nearby settlement. But this isn't the type of journey that will take days of laborious walking. Your people have mastered a form of transport that relies on the resonant trenches connecting sacred sites. These trenches, designed with geometric precision, channel the Earth's natural vibrations, frequencies that can, when properly amplified, create the conditions for levitation. Standing on the edge of the trench, you feel the vibrations rising. The energy in this pathway has been amplified by wave interference, creating pockets where the vibrational force is strong enough to lift and move objects. You step onto a stone platform that hums with energy, and as the amplified vibrations increase, the platform begins to lift, gently at first, then smoothly, almost weightlessly. Your community uses these platforms to travel along the energy grid, moving from node to node, carried by the Earth's own resonance. What might seem magical to outsiders is simply the result of careful design and resonant technology. As the platform moves, you feel no jolt, no sudden rush. It is as though you are floating, guided by the flow of energy in the trench. The ley lines beneath you carry you forward, a seamless interaction between Earth's natural energy and the technology your people have developed to harness it. It is silent, peaceful, perfectly aligned with nature. When you arrive at the next settlement, you are greeted by the sight of towering monoliths, each standing at the intersection of ley lines, amplifying the energies present. These monoliths are used for more than aesthetics. They act as resonant pillars, capturing and amplifying the vibrations of the Earth. At certain times of the year, when the planets align or when the Earth's magnetic field shifts, these pillars seem to hum with greater intensity, creating an atmosphere ripe for rituals and spiritual connection. That evening, as the sun sets and the stars begin to reveal themselves, you join the others in a sacred geometry circle where the layout of the stones reflects the harmonic patterns seen in the sky. These stones were placed with sacred precision, each geometric form designed to mirror the resonance of the cosmos. The alignment of the circle with celestial bodies amplifies the connection between the heavens and the earth, between the body and the spirit. Here, under the stars, you feel the vibrations of the earth flowing through the stones, entering your body and aligning with the rhythm of your breath. The energies of the cosmic and terrestrial worlds converge, creating a profound resonance that connects you with the universal rhythm that your people have followed for millennia. In this moment, the past, present, and future seem to blend into one, all harmonized by the vibrational forces that govern the earth and beyond. In this journey, we glimpse a world where ancient technologies weren't merely functional, but harmoniously integrated into the fabric of life. A world where healing, transport, and spiritual alignment were all part of the same unified system, centered around the Earth's natural energies and amplified through human ingenuity. What we've explored today is more than just a theory about the past. It's a window into a way of life where natural forces were understood and revered, where geometry and resonance were seen as bridges between the physical and spiritual realms. It challenges us to rethink how we view ancient civilizations, recognizing that their achievements in vibrational energy, sacred geometry, and natural harmony may offer profound lessons for our modern world. As we look to the future, we may find that the wisdom of these ancient peoples, who saw the world as a living system of resonant forces, holds the key to creating sustainable, harmonious technologies that work with the earth rather than against it. And in doing so, we may rediscover the resonant harmony that connects all of us across time, space, and energy. Thank you for joining us as we delve ever deeper into the mysteries our ancestors left for us to discover. Please subscribe to our channel and join us for more.